Good morning. This is Debra V. Wilson. I am in Canada. It is Saturday, the 2nd of December 2017, and the time is 700 hours and 10 minutes, and that's GMT minus 6. Many years ago, in London, England, a British feminist asked me if I might be interested in doing some activism around understanding security modeling in the UK. After she explained what that was to me, which is in essence the security modeling is simply in quotes the way in which a security apparatus functions, how they approach providing services to civil society would be their model. And I remember saying to her, oh, I don't have any experience in the field. She looked at me and she asked me if I went to the doctor. And I said, yes, of course. Thankfully, I have the ability to go to the doctor, yes. And she asked me, what did I think about my doctor, and I gave her my opinion. And she then said, well, how would you know? You're not a doctor. And I remember saying and becoming a bit incredulous and saying, well, what do you mean, how would I know? I'm the one receiving the services. Ah, right. And then she said, exactly. We are the one civil society that experiences collectively the security modeling of the state. So that's what we're looking at. I did indeed partake in the activism and fell in love with it. And one of the things that one of the ethos of my activism over the years has been the goal to demystify spying. One would hope if you are a country with a spying apparatus, they're good at their job, they're proficient, and they're ethical. And one would also hope that while you are pleased that you have a sane, cogent, functioning spying agency, you also realize what they are. They're providing a service. And like any other service that's coming from the state, you have a right to critique it in terms of how you experience it. So as I go through my research, I continually look at my three countries, Canada, Israel, and the UK, with a goal of continually seeking to understand how the state constructs security, how they do security modeling, how they communicate their constructing of security, and why, and indeed if they communicate how and why they're constructing security, and how in reality it's being experienced by civil societies. I do understand when it comes to spying, they're confidential matters. I understand that. I also understand it's a service provided. And so one of the goals out of this is to further understand how civil society experiences spying, security modeling from the state's security and intelligence services, and a further demystification of that role, to appreciate and be respectful of the skill set, but to also always remember it's a service. And like any service, it should be available for critiquing. One of the most interesting things about being in Canada at this time, for me, is I knew very little about Canada's intelligence community, CSIS, which is the Canadian Security Intelligence Service. I knew nothing about CSE, which is Communications Security Establishment. And I didn't realize the RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, had a component of it that does intelligence work. So this journey for me in Canada is not only one of academic interest, it's also personal. In addition to that, agencies like CSIS and CSE are going through a period where I think collectively other Canadians are learning what those agencies are doing and their rights about questioning the services they're receiving, if they're working for the collective country, and if they are, why, or if they're not, why not. So I think this is an interesting time. I have several podcasts I need to complete before the year is out, 2017. I'm looking forward to them. I actually find this topic quite exciting. And I'm endeavoring to make my podcasts of interest to civil societies, to demystify the world of spying, and that, again, although one would hope they're skilled people, they're still providing a service. With that, I hope you continue to follow my channel and share my videos, and ask yourself, even if you're not in one of my 3 countries, Canada, Israel, or the UK, ask yourself how you experience your security modeling. If it's possible, if you're in a country in which you can safely question the state about what it's doing, do you take advantage of that? Or do you just assume that, oh, that's what they do and they must know what they're doing? I am not a spy, so I don't have a right to ask. How do you experience your state-constructed security modeling? And if it is safe for you to question, do you question it? This is Debra V. Wilson. It's Saturday, and I'm in Canada, and it's the 2nd of December, 2017. Thank you.